Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and welcome back everybody to a brand new video on the channel. The topic of discussion for today is going to be a huge update coming to Black Ops 4 Zombies very soon. The game is going to be changing a lot and very drastically, hopefully for the better, and there's a lot going on in the entire realm of the Zombies community. So I wanted to kind of take a little bit of a second to bring everything together and catch you guys up on what's exactly going on. Now, that being said, before we get into all of that, if you guys don't mind quickly leaving a like rating on the video, spare a second to drop a thumbs up. It does help me out a lot. It'll help spread the word around, and it helps support the channel greatly. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you do happen to be brand new for more videos just like this, or just zombies content in general. We're getting insanely close to 200k, which is unbelievable, and I have plenty more awesome stuff coming down the pipeline as far as content, so stick around for all that great stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, get ready. We're gonna have so much information coming from both Treyarch itself and also a lot of information coming out of the community that I think you guys are gonna find extremely interesting. So with that being said, everybody, let's get into all of these updates that are gonna be changing in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now, first off, something major that happened just the other day was that Treyarch recently made a post on the Reddit explaining what exactly the plan is going forward in Zombies. You know, with content, with stability updates, fixing blue screens and crashes for Easter eggs and high rounds, and everything of that nature. And they actually completely discussed it there. If you want to read the entire article, I'm gonna have a link down below in the description if you want to go and check it out and see exactly what it says, but I'm going to summarize all of the most important points here. So Treyarch have basically said that yes, we are completely aware that we know how much the game is crashing and the stability is just not great for most people, and that is their #1 priority when it comes to Zombies updates. But they also mentioned that they've implemented a new technology which allows them to track these crashes more frequently and identify which ones are the biggest problems, meaning every single time that they're going to put out an update, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to fully test before they actually roll it out into the full build of the game. Now, this is good to hear because the way that I understand how game development works and things that I've talked to Jason and the team about is that every single time that they add something new to Zombies or change something, they need to test literally everything else because other parts of the game can break because of that new update or addition. So that's why these Zombies updates are seemingly taking forever as compared to multiplayer, which updates pretty frequently, maybe just because it's a little bit easier on the engine, and I don't know, it's kind of a little bit more of a complex beast as far as the Zombies mode goes. They also go on to say this: rest assured that the team is working tirelessly to address remaining stability issues that the Zombies community is experiencing. And overall, this is really good to hear because it seems like they're cracking down on the most important and prioritized issues. When the most frequent crashes are happening, that's what they're kind of working their way down the ladder in order to fix everything and all the issues that the Zombies community is having with just stability of the game. But that being said, there is also a lot of content that was promised to be on day one that, you know, isn't in the game as of yet, and this seems to be the priority taking place, right? They want to make sure that the game is stable before they start adding this new stuff in. But if you don't know what this new stuff that's going to be coming, that's what we're going to also be going over. But it is very important for you to know and realize that the reason why most of this new stuff isn't in, or some of like the maybe little things that aren't quite working exactly how they should in the game, are not a huge priority as of right now, because they're working on the big stuff like Easter egg steps, crashing, and boss fights and high rounds. Treyarch says that they really appreciate us being patient and giving feedback on the game, and that all these issues that we're having are going to be resolved as soon as possible. Okay, so that's all great. We have word from the Zombies team about the biggest issues being addressed as of right now, but what about the other little things that maybe aren't necessarily working up to speed currently, or small other features in the game that we're supposed to have content right now? What's all happening with that? Well, let's go figure it out. Treyarch had mentioned previously that they're going to be reworking exactly how playing Zombies affects your Black Ops Pass system and your Black Market Pass as well. So the tiers currently can really only be ranked up by playing Blackout or multiplayer, and Zombies seems to have basically zero effect on that, and that makes a lot of people upset who only play Zombies. They still want to be able to rank that up and then get those exclusive items that come with that pass as well. So I'm hoping what this means is that down the road, our playtime in Zombies will also count towards that pass, and all of the playtime that we've put in currently, maybe when this patch does come out, will be compensated for the time that we've already put into this mode, and maybe, you know, go a couple extra tiers up already for putting that much time into Zombies. I don't know about that one, but we'll have to see. Hopefully it's integrated a little bit better, and I'm sure they're already working on a rework for that right now. Something interesting that people were talking talking about on the Reddit. I want to know what you guys think about this idea, is allowing you to buy tiers using your plasma inside of zombies. So maybe using 50 Nebulian plasma can get you an extra tier up on your pass. I don't know what you guys think about that. That might be a good idea and give some use for people who don't really care about buying elixirs and that kind of thing. And it makes sense too when they have these double XP weekends that come out for multiplayer. Zombies doesn't get double XP right now, but they're giving us double Nebulian plasma. So I think that could be a nice middle ground or compensation for that. If somebody was into maybe doing that idea, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. I'm interested to hear your feedback on that concept. Now, moving on to our next thing today is going to be talking about the faction system that was supposed to be maybe on day one. That's what we were initially under the impression of, but as we got the game, we didn't see this faction system. Now, the way this works is, from what we know, there's going to be 5 different factions that you can choose to be a part of. And this is a statement about it from Activision itself. First, there will be factions in Black Ops 4 Zombies, complete with their own quests and narratives. These factions will add another dimension to the story as players choose to side with the Bloodfaith, Tempest Novi, Dustborn, or the First Legion. Blundell also added these factions will add a new layer to the Zombies experience. So I definitely like the sound of that, but we don't know exactly what these challenges or quests are going to entail. They hopefully will give us more something to grind for, or incentives like for cosmetics or, you know, in-game items, maybe get extra to plasma or something. Hopefully these rewards are good, and maybe that's why kind of the reward system in Black Ops 4 Zombies so far has felt a little lackluster. There's really not too much to grind for aside from elixirs and maybe gun camos. That's really about it currently, and hopefully this system provides a little bit more incentive to keep playing. And it's pretty obvious that the reason that this faction system has been delayed is because of all these stability issues that they're really prioritizing on. But I can assume that as soon as this next major update or the next few major updates come out, rolling all of these patches out, then the factions is going to come shortly after or within those patches as well. Also, let me know your guys' opinions and comments about the faction system. What do you want to see from it? Do you want to have exclusive cosmetics or camos, or what do you want the reward system and challenges to be at the end of the day? What would make you keep playing? I think that this is probably the best time to give feedback, as it's not in the game yet and it's flexible and probably is subject to change. So let me know your feedback on the faction system and what you think would be the best options for it. Now, moving along here, the next thing I want to talk about are going to be some gameplay balancing updates when it comes to the plasma and the classic elixirs, most namely. Now, the problem with these two things right now is that the plasma earn rate is very, very low, like extremely low. So for reference, in Black Ops 3, you could spend on average enough points to get 1 liquid divinium at round 6 or 7, which doesn't take you very long at all. That could give you 1 to 3 gumballs based on the system that we had in that game. Now, while I don't think the system in BO3 is perfect, it was certainly probably a little bit balanced better than we have in BO4. The earn rate at which you acquire plasma is extremely low and needs to be rebalanced. So if you did the same thing in BO3 as you did in BO4, you could probably go to round 6 or 7 and only come out with 2 or 3 plasma, but you need 30, 45, or basically 70 to even roll for any of them. Granted, you do get 3 guaranteed per spin and maybe a chance of a talisman as well, but the way this is balanced is that you are getting significantly less either for your money if you're buying these points, or significantly less for your time if you're just earning plasma and farming it the regular way. So this needs to be reworked, and Treyarch have already somewhat tweaked it, but I think that they're going to be reworking this again to make it a little bit more on Black Ops 3 standards, or just more balanced in general. Also, the classic elixirs are going to be reworked again at some point. Now, they've been adjusted. You might have noticed that the recharge rate on the classics is abysmally slow, and the reason for this, the way this all started, was that people were complaining that the zombies were dying out too quickly at the end of rounds and making it really, really hard to do Easter egg steps, and I completely agree with that. So what they did was extend the last zombie death timer to about 10 minutes. They doubled it, but what that also means is that the cooldowns on some elixirs had to be adjusted so that you can't spam just waiting at the end of a round for everything to recharge, and I don't really think that was a strategy. Players weren't really thinking of that too much, and it was a little overreactionary, and now classic elixirs take 20 minutes to recharge. With time slip, it lowers it down to 18 minutes. So clearly something is not working here, and I think that they're going to be reworking this to hopefully make that balance as well. And like the mega elixirs, whatever you want to call them, the ones that are consumable, pretty much recharge instantly as soon as you use them, which is nuts. So expect an update and a patch for that at some point in the future. Now, the final thing we're going to talk about today is a rumored rumored zombies map that is coming between the release of now and then the official DLC 1. Because Black Ops 4 released a month early than Call of Duty normally comes out, this completely changes the way that we're looking at the content schedule, as well as the Black Ops Pass being completely different from the previous year's Season Pass. The way that we're now expecting this is that the most prominent leakers and data miners inside of the community have suggested that we're going to be getting an Ether storyline map before the release of DLC 1, and that map is rumored to be Nuketown. And that makes a lot of sense, to be honest, because the multiplayer side of things is getting a Nuketown map coming very soon, free for all players, and maybe the same concept is going to happen with zombies. I don't know if they're going to release a free zombies map, because that's never really happened before, and zombies is a little bit different as compared to MP. It's more or less a production kind of thing, and I think that most zombies maps should be paid for, to be honest, but when it comes to multiplayer, if they want to give out Nuketown for free, that's absolutely fine, and I wouldn't say no to a free Nuketown zombies. However, I don't know if that's exactly in the cards, but I will say it is very likely that pretty soon we might see or hear about a brand new map coming in before the official DLC 1 that could absolutely be Nuketown zombies. So that's really exciting stuff, and I honestly don't see any reason against it, but we'll have to wait and see down the road. And as far as the DLC content plan goes, we might be getting 2 maps per DLC, 1 Chaos and 1 Ether. That's been the rumor. That's not been confirmed yet. We're gonna wait until Activision really makes a full statement about that, but that's kind of where my head's at right now when it comes to the DLC plan for BF4, and I do believe it. I think it's a good idea. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to be the video for today. All of the biggest updates that are coming to Black Ops 4 very soon. Stay tuned for everything that's going to be added to this game in the near future, and if there's anything else of importance that comes out, I'll be sure to make a video or tweet about it or something, so make sure you do follow me on Twitter if you don't already. Link will be down below inside the description. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your feedback in the comments, and I'll see you all on the next live stream or the next video. Have a good one, everybody, and peace out.